Right. All of you watching here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, so happy for you, all of you present here. Today is the content that I'm going to share on effective communication skills. Basically, there's a lot thing that I wanted to share with all of you, and today I got an opportunity to actually do that. So basically, I've prepared some content for you in which you can actually focus on things which can really help you out in your communication, and basically what are the things which are challenging in your life and how can you actually overcome those. So let me just here check with the mind map that I've created here. So basically what we're going to look at is the overall effective communication skills, how it can impact you on your life. And basically we will come to know about English. What about the language? Is it a myth? Yes or no? Corporate strategy to lower overall CTC. There is one more thing that I want to share with you, is that the communication skills are basically impacting you in your life when it comes to your CTC, that is the total package that you're going to receive from a company. Ways to improve, we're going to look at ways to improve and how can actually basically improve those kind of things. And we'll go ahead and check out how can you join the communication mastermind community, wherein we're going to share so much of information related to communication, whether you need to crack an interview, whether you need to give a presentation, whether you need to have personality development skills. Then we're going to share the content on public speaking. So there's a lot of things that we're going to share in detail as well. So let's figure out how exactly that we're going to make sure that we hold it across. So to understand this in more detail, I want to hear from all of you. Since you all are watching it live here, I wanted to share this information wherein when it comes to company stats. Okay, so basically any company goes for to hire some candidates, whether a campus drive or something. The most important skill, basically they look is the communication skill. Okay, the number one priority is the communication skill. Why? Because on that basis things are going to go forward. Okay, I can understand about the aptitude test and the group discussion that happens, but in that as well there are a lot of information that they check. Okay, so you need to have the technical skills and the communication skills at the same time. Now let us understand that how is industry is going to impact you. Okay, what are the ways in which we can find out that how is the industry is going to make sure that you get the lowest package available. Okay, because a lot of times what happened is when we go for drives in colleges, usually the most important skill that we look is the communication skills, and if we found that the communication skills are not that proper and with the contact, then basically there are chances wherein we can actually lower some of the package that we were bound to offer. See, now that there is a trend in India. Basically a lot of people are after finishing their graduation they go for interviews, campus drive happen, companies come in, they take the interviews. But for the past 5 to 10 years, probably like rough around 5 years, what has happened is the industry standards when it comes to candidates, it's lower. So basically we tend to do in India is especially it's 10 plus 12, 10 plus 2 is the education format, is 10 standard, 11 standard, 12 standard, then we go into the further 3 years of graduation and then probably go for master's degree. So usually what happens is people are aware about the fact that we need to share. Okay, we need to have that communications knowledge with us. Now in spite of spending so many years of education in schools and colleges, still we are not able to gear up with that company standard what they basically need, and because of which there's a huge gap between what is the company expectation and what do you deliver. And a lot of you must have been aware about this situation as well, and a lot of you must have actually faced a couple of interviews as well, and over there could have been a challenges when it comes to the interviewer asking you questions and you're not able to deliver the content. So it is basically you have to accept it that there is things which are going on in the wrong direction, but the thing is there are a lot of ways we can actually overcome it. Okay, overcome this issue by doing a lot of practice. Yes, the practice will help you to overcome with this issue. Okay, that is the 110% possibility that you can actually impact. Then how it can impact in and around your life. Okay, so basically in any sort of communication, whether you are a working professional, whether you are a student who is aspiring to get into corporate, or whether you are just a student wherein you're learning couple of things. Okay, everywhere the communication is a number one priority. I believe you all agree with it. It's a number one priority in today's context when it comes to communication, right? Type in the comment box, is it a number one priority, yes or no? All right. Why? Because everything happens around communication. There's a written communication, there's a verbal communication, there's a non-verbal communication, a lot of things, right? So don't you think it is in spite of the fact it is the most important thing, how much value are we actually giving it to it? Very less. Very less. In India, profoundly, there is a very less, value given to the communication skills. They're more, emphasis giving on the syllables, the skills. But what's the point if you're not able to express those skills when somebody asks you about? What are you doing with the skill? Okay, I can't just have, like, for example, I know for the fact that I know how to, uh, you know, make robots. Yeah, but fine. How will I able to sell those robots? That is also the most important skill at the moment, right? And a lot of people think that just because you can't speak in English, it is a problem. No, English, it's just language like any other language that we have. The most important part is the confidence. Okay, because the confidence is the base on which all the parameters such as public speaking, language efficiency, proficiency, effective communication, everything builds on the foundation of confidence. So the more confident you are in your content, the more successful you can become. Okay, just make a note of that. You can actually become so successful if you have the foundation of confidence with you. Yes, it is true. So let's come back to the same aspect what I was discussing about the company standard. So all the students basically are watching at the moment, please try and make sure that gear up. If you have probably about 6 months or a year left for you to become a graduate, or in the last years and final year of engineering management or any graduation for that matter, gear up with your communication skills. Practice to 10 to 15 minutes a day. Highly important. I highly recommend that practice 10 to 15 minutes a day. Read a book, do any activity related to communication. Okay, try and improve slowly, steadily, but make sure that you increase your vocabulary strength, because eventually that is the only skill which will help you to get that job that you're looking at, or probably if you're looking at to find some kind of a career related to communication, you need to have those particular skills. And it can only happen by the way of practice. The more you practice, the more learning and understanding will increase, and that's how there is a lot of chances of you getting hired. Because see, for the past 3-4 years, the trend is that the corporates are going with very low CTCs. Okay, they are offering very low CTCs. Why? Because the only reason is communication skills. They have a clear statement stating that the candidate was not par with the communication skill that we were looking at. That is the reason why we had to. So why to lose that amount? Okay, why to lose that 1-2 lakh rupees difference just because of communication? I believe all of you agree with me that just because of that particular skill, the lower the CTC that is getting into. And why to give a chance to a corporate as well to design something for you which is at so low. Okay, majorly into tier 2, tier 3 cities, this is what happening. The brands which are much more popular are going with the lower CTC, okay, then to the metropolitans, because they know metro cities are okay with companies, so probably they have a higher chances of getting selected there. Okay, but they are going into the deep down in tier 2, tier 3 cities, and recruiting people at a very low CTC and giving them jobs. But the point I want to make it is that if the tier 2, tier 3 cities, or all the cities for that matter, even in the rural sectors, why don't you encourage yourself to make that foundation of communication? Okay, why to lose that amount that you can actually deserve it just because you can actually speak fluently in any language for that matter? And guys, English, don't worry about it. It's just a spoken language like any other language. It is normal to have, but the more you'll practice it, the more you'll learn. And one more thing I wanted to share with you, the most important component is that a lot of students are asking me that what are the ways in which you can improve, what are the things to do. So a lot of people are suggesting that go and watch English movies, or probably BBC World, or do something like that. See, the one myth I want to break here, the movies what you're going to see on Netflix and Prime, which a basic language is English. I totally agree with it. But that movie's intention, okay, is not to teach you this language. That movie's intent, the movie was made with the intention to make money, okay, to become the blockbuster hit, okay, and it was for an entertainment purpose, right? It is not a tutor which is explaining you to learn English. Nothing is going to happen by watching these kind of movies. Okay, the most important part is that how are you basically practicing it? Okay, do you have a mentor which is guiding you every now and then to help you come across? Is it actually holding your hand and pulling you further? Okay, if any mistakes arise, is he able to correct you in the proper sentence? So the point I want to make is that have a mentor or a coach, okay, which can easily help you out to come out of this issue. Okay, in communication skills, like any other skill, right? For example, if I want to learn something in mechanics or like quantum physics, I need a tutor. I need someone to teach me all this, right? That's the reason why we have a vast majority of education system, and we're really proud of the education system that we already have, which is strongly based on values, syllables, principles. Everything is basically concrete in that. But the overlay of communication is the utmost important, because at the end of the day, nothing has been asked apart from your academics. But if you're not able to express those academic subjects or the projects that you've done in a simple language, it makes a difference. I hope you agree with this, and basically you like this Facebook Live and YouTube Live that we are on both the channels. And please leave in your comments in case I need to cover some of the topics that you people are interested in, and join my community of Communication Mastermind 2.0 as well, because since we have a lot of like-minded people there sharing information, and it will help you out in your life. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.